Okay, so today we're here with Katie and we're working on BAT, or behavior adjustment training, because she tends to be reactive to most things that move. So if the cats move or the kiddos move around a lot and are running around, or other dogs are moving around, or with their biking, she gets really worked up. So essentially we want to empower her to help her make good choices about being calm near these types of things. So what we're going to do is, if she's calm, we're going to let her get, by choice, closer to whatever she's doing. So we're going to let her guide us to walk forward. But if she's being kind of hyper like this, we're going to move away to teach her that hyper anxiety type behavior is getting her farther from what she wants. So then that's where we're going to help her out. However, if she's hyper worked up, we're not going to talk to her, to pet her, or try to calm her down. We want her to kind of work through this on her own. The only thing we really want to do is, as a supporting role, helping her to move away when she's getting hyper, and we have to help her walk away. Otherwise, she's in control, and if she's being calm and walks towards her daughter with a bike, we're going to let her go forward. So why don't you head down and just bike back and forth. I'm going to move her over here. One of the goals is to have the leash loose and relaxed on her. If it can't be relaxed, we have to walk away. Good. The leash is looser, so I'm not holding her back. That's not why. So we're learning what distance she's comfortable with. Good. Leash is still loose, except for right now. I'm just backing her up because I don't want her to go from one driveway all the way to the next. That's too big of a step for her at one point. Good. Sit. So as you saw, when we got that close, she started to go after the bike. So I just pulled her back a little bit. You don't want to go too far away. If you can stay close with her being okay, even better. Notice how she's calmed. I'm not holding her back. The leash is loose. You're doing good. Thank you for going back and forth. Still loose, relaxed, good. Good. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is, next time that she goes by me, I'm going to follow her so she gets used to following the bike that's moving. So we're going to walk slowly, right behind. We're also adding in a little bit of the structured walk exercise. So she's learning to not pull on the leash at the same time. But again, she went by, I had the leash loose when she did that, so she could learn how to be relaxed. Then we'll stand here. Dogs perceive things at different angles differently, so standing over just on this side could produce a different reaction, so we also want to practice having her stand over here. But as you can see, at first, as soon as we started the video, she wanted to chase her, and now she's starting to realize that that's not going to get her where she wants because we backed up a couple of times. So now we'll walk backwards. And this is usually a pretty low energy, easy exercise to do. It's just sometimes time consuming because you have to give her enough time to get used to something, enough to kind of relax. Relax. But that's a good sign. Notice that she turned her back to the daughter on the bike. That's actually a really good sign because it shows a lot of trust. When a dog can turn their back to something, that means that they're starting to really build trust and they're kind of relaxing. She also started sitting over there on the other side, and I didn't make her sit. She sat on her own, and that's also another sign that she's learning how to relax and be comfortable around the bike. I'm going to let her see how she does here. That was good. She was really close. That was about the distance that she's usually losing control of herself, where the bike goes by and she kind of reaches out to kind of nip at the tire. But she was able to watch the bike go by, so let's see if we can do that again. Good. She knows she can get close enough to nip at the bike. Showing disinterest, she doesn't have to be in tune and watching the whole time. Actually relaxing enough to not look like she's fully engaged the whole time is a sign that she's getting much more comfortable. So we're going to wrap this up in a second because it's good to end on a good note. We don't want to push her past the point that she loses patience either. So let's just have her go by one more time. We'll do it one more time. She reached out almost, how would I say this, nonchalantly, like, I'm not really trying, but I'm going to try a little bit because I used to do this. It was honestly a better reach out than her previous behavior of like, I'm really going to try to get the bike, I'm really engaged, to now being like, half-hearted attempt, I don't know how much I really care about that. That was much better. Okay, we're all set with the biking. Thank you so much for participating and helping.